Hello friends, welcome back. Imagine if your web API throws 500 errors and you don't even know about them until user complains. Not good, right? In this video, I'll show you how to set up the alerts in Azure App Insights so you get notified as soon as something goes wrong. We will also use a custom Kusto query to track errors and make sure your API stays reliable. Come, let's get started. This video is part of the full stack development video series. We were building the Smart Certify online platform application. We will see how we can set up the alerts to get the notification as the exception happens. I've logged into the portal.azure.com. In the last two videos in the series, we set up the Azure App Insights for our .NET Core web application, and also we saw how Angular handles it. Right. So now what we are going to do is we are going to go to this the application insights that we have set up. So this application insights, if you see, so what you're seeing here is this is the resource group under which all of the resources that is used for this Smart Certify application. So I've grouped it here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to this API. So you can see app insights here. So you can either click to that app insights, or just for your understanding, if I go here, this is associated with this one, meaning our code has the connection string of this application inside. So I'm going to go inside this, and under the left side, under the monitor, there's something called alerts. So before we click on alerts, what is there? We have a lot of, telemetrics getting logged. And for the last 6 hours, if you see, there are a couple of 17 errors that has happened, failed request. For the last 30 minutes, of course, there is nothing. Okay, so we're going to go and click on alerts, and here we are going to create a new alert. Okay, so I will first go to those alert rules to show that I already have an alert, and I can actually apply this. So the alert that is there and I've disabled it, it's showing up. So we are going to click on create and create a new role. Okay, so the scope is within this app insights, and then that's why the scope is skipped, because we already went inside this. Okay, condition, we have plenty of conditions here. These are all the default conditions. For example, if I choose this, it will show you what is the preview. It's basically says, okay, if the error exception count is more than 0, these conditions, these are the conditions that you can meet. So I'm saying, if I choose this, if I'm saying, hey, this is static, if the aggregate, the error count is greater than or equal to 1, then trigger it. How long it should trigger? Every 1 minute you trigger, but whenever you trigger, look for the last 5 minutes. So look back period means look for last 5 minutes. For example, if it starts at 12 o'clock, it will check from 11:55 to 12. It checks at 12:01. It checks from 11:56 to 12:01. Okay, so that's the concept. Now you can choose like this and click on next action, and you can choose use quick action, which is in preview state, which is fine. We just need to give a name. Let's say demo 1. So let's choose a name called exception demo alert, and the display name is demo 1. And I'm going to click on save, but basically you can give your email ID separated by comma. That's what it says. Okay, so these are extra things for push notification, but we are dealing with just an email, so this is fine. And click on save. This is going to get created, which is coming here. Next is details. So this is the subscription under which this alert is going to be created, and this is called critical error. The severity is error because we are getting 500 exception. If application itself is down, it's called critical error, right? Or depending on which error is critical, we can configure that as well. But this is something that we are dealing with the existing predefined conditions. So we can set an alert rule name. So I'm setting this name, and then this is fine. Advanced option, tag. You can give the tag or you can skip, but I have suggested to give the tags. And you can come here. So basically this is going to cost us 0.1 cents per month, which is not bad. It's very cheap. I can click on create. Okay, so this is getting created. Now I will show you how you can use the custom logging. So right now it is getting created, and then once we refresh this, the alerts will come here. Okay, let's create another alert, and this time I'll show you how you can choose your custom log. So out of this option, if you choose custom log, it will open up like this. Okay, it's going to show you the query details that I have already triggered. It may or may not come for you, that's okay, or else it will just tell you how to run the query. But what you do is go here and click on KQL mode. If you run KQL mode, you can see the query here. And if you look at this, what actually App Insights does is, if you click on the table, the telemetrics that is getting recorded will be actually stored as tables here. All the requests will stored in request table. It knows where to store, but you can also write query and see. For example, request, see, it's started giving you intelligence, right? So if you say request and run, basically it is going to execute everything. See, this is the table. So you can see the table has what columns, what informations are there. Similarly, if you go for exceptions and run it, you will see all of this details of the exception, right? Now we want those details also to be recorded. This is where everything is here. So I'm going to copy paste a query, and let me bring this down. So basically we are saying, take the exception table, order it by the timestamp, take only one, and project this. Project means select in terms of SQL statement. So it is going to take this, all of these columns. If I run this, see, I got the last exception which happened today. Okay, so this is what it is. So we're going to take this continue editing alert, we're going to take this query, and if you scroll down, we want this these things, and we want even if one error comes, I want an email. This is the frequency. See, for this it is showing how much it is going to cost. So depending on what query we use, how we configure, where this is going and fetching, based on that, this cost is going to be different. So I'm going to go click on this preview, or use the existing one like this. We can choose, or maybe we can add a new thing. For example, this one we can say, so I'm choosing this custom exception alert demo 2, same thing, my email ID, save, next, details. This is also going to be, maybe for this time we'll choose critical, so we know the difference between error and the critical thing. We will give this name, and everything is default. Go to tag, go to the last step, it shows the preview, and click on create. Okay, so the alerts are getting created, and alerts are active right now. Okay, so these two alerts are active. Maybe we can choose like this. Ideally 3 should come. This is the first one that I disabled, this is the previous one that we created, and the other one that we just created is going to come. We just need to wait. It came. All right, so I refreshed, it came. Now basically these two triggers, how do we trigger it? Let's go to our application. Okay, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to call some API which is going to throw some error, and that error is what we are going to get in the email. So we got an error. I'm going to close this, go around a couple of places, generate more errors. Great, let's go here. I started seeing the email started coming. You can see demo 1 action group, right? We had demo 1, demo 2, demo 2 just came. See, I'm getting the information. I can click on this and see what error is coming. Oh, this is for learning purpose, I'm so sorry. So basically we will get information here. We can actually do it. So for example, I'm going to enable this as well, so you see what happens. So I'm going to go to the site and go again, play around, generate more errors basically. Okay, now let's see what happens. Now I started getting error, fired, severity 1, severity 0, and I'm getting these kind of rules and all of those things. It also says what query we executed, what was the count, all the conditions that we met. So you can actually click on this and see the alert. This is the alert ID, right? All of those informations are here, and that's more than enough for us to intimate us what's going on. All right, so in this video, let's summarize what we did. So let's summarize what we did in this video. we were able to set up an alert in the Azure App Insights. Whenever there was an exception, we were able to get an email trigger to us. So that way, in the real world, okay, if any exception happens for your product, for your application, you will get to know first before the user, raises a complaint. Right, so this way you can monitor and see what you can do for it. So this is also part of our video series. We are learning new stuff in the Azure services, and this is one of the important Azure services called Azure Monitoring and Alerting System. All right, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share this with your friends, and if you have any questions, do let me know in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video. Stay tuned. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more tech tutorials. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Happy coding!